Is it possible to call a business owner today and within 24 hours get them to sign a 6-month contract for $1,000 per or more per month on a flat fee deal for your Rank and Rent website? Yes. Yes. Now, if we rewind the clock a little bit, I didn't used to think this was possible. I used to believe that when you're going B2B and you're selling leads, that you have to, this is what I used to think, okay? So bear with me and hang in there with me. And many of you guys are probably thinking the same way. Many of you probably think that if I call somebody today, there's got to be a certain amount of time that needs to pass for them to trust me. And the biggest objection, the hardest objection to overcome for most people is the objection of trust, okay? And they think you need a fancy website, and they think you need some publicity and you need social media and the whole thing. Guys, I don't have a website. I've never had a website for my agency to date, okay? To date, I've done 7 figures 2 years in a row. To date, I got big clients, okay? So how am I able to close deals within 24 hours? How are some of my students? This is not just me. My students are closing, not all of them, but some of them are closing deals within 24 hours. How is that possible? Well, I used to think that it was a time thing. You know, if I call today, there's going to be a certain period of time that's going to have to pass for them to get to know me and to trust me and whatever and do their homework. And that's not true, okay? And I'm going to give you an example, okay? First, I want to share this. It's not about the time. It's not about the time somebody knows you. It's about the value that you provide within the time frame. So here's what I mean by that. Okay. I used to believe that, you had to call and then you could send, sending free leads was great, but you had to wait a week or 2 weeks or whatever. Cause who's going to do a contract with you for 6 months? Just bet you, right? Nobody, right? Especially someone with no website. And then I had something interesting happen. I have a free Facebook group online, and it's in all over my YouTube channel. You should be able to find it pretty easily. And what happens is people come into that Facebook group, and I have a ton of case studies. I have a ton of free content. I have a ton of how to do this, how to do that, all related to sales, how to actually get deals. And I had somebody join my free group that I think they saw a YouTube video. It was probably one of these. Okay, maybe it was maybe they just saw I can't remember. They might have just seen like the Facebook group pop up, whatever. This person joined my Facebook group and within 24 hours had filled out an application to see if they could jump into my Flat Fee Mastery program, okay? Which, by the way, is a paid program. And I immediately was like, nah, this is a scam. Somebody's fishing, somebody's messing with me, somebody's wasting my time. But I'm like, you know what? This is such a weird thing that I'm just gonna go with it. And so I messaged this person and I'm like, hey, let's talk. We jump on a Zoom. And 45 minutes later, this person's in my program. And by the way, this person is crushing it. The first month, this person absolutely crushed it. I'm not going to drop numbers because I don't expect you to believe me. If you want to go in my free group, then you will see those numbers. But I don't expect you to trust me or to believe me. This person is crushing it. And that day, it blew my mind. And I started digging in. I said, look, I'm curious. You just heard of me. Like yesterday, you didn't know who I was. And now you just gave me money. Like, what's happening? And I started to realize, I'm like, okay, so what happened? You got in the group? And he's like, yeah, I got in the group. And he's like, you have no idea. He's like, I watched like 8 of your videos. I watched like these 3 case studies and I watched your coaching calls. And so I realized that within 12 hours, I had provided to this person immense value, incredible value. And it was something that was missing in their life. It was something that was missing in their business. They didn't know how to sell their lead gen sites. And so within that compressed time, that 8 hours, I had given them so much value by having these videos and these testimonials in this group that they were ready to go. And it blew my mind. And that was the moment I realized, no, it's not a time thing. It's how much value within that time. How does that relate to selling lead gen? It has everything to do with lead gen. It's not about, I called somebody today and I'm closing them next week. It's like, okay, if I call somebody today and I can add incredible value in the first 12 hours or 24 hours, that's where you're going to get the trust. And so what happens for me is if I get a deal in 24 hours, it's awesome, first of all, but I'll call the business owner and I'll deliver, first of all, it's somebody that's interested. It's already paying for advertising, and I'll deliver 1, 2, 3, 4 high quality leads via live transfer. Okay. I'm asking them the right questions. I'm giving them case studies. I'm giving them examples. I'm becoming their friend. And all of this is happening in a 12-hour, 24-hour period, right? And I'm able to compress all that value that a lot of you guys don't even give over weeks and weeks and months and months. And I do that all within a short time frame. And because of that, I can close deals within 24 hours. So guys, it is not about how much time passes, it's about how much value is delivered within that time. And I'll give you one more example is I'm sure there are some of you that are in some of these free Facebook groups or have been following people forever, but they don't provide any value. They put out content, but they're just flexing or they're just doing this. It doesn't add any value to your life. It doesn't do anything for you. And these people have programs, these people have products, these people have services that they sell, and you've never bought a single thing from them. And you've been following them or you've been in their groups for years and years and years. So why is it that you've been in those groups for years and bought nothing? And I've had people come into my group and buy my program within 24 hours. Think about that. It's because of the value. Now, if people come into my program if people come into my free group and they don't watch any videos, I can't provide value for them, right? And so some people come in and they don't look at anything for a month. And so those people take longer. But some people that come in, they consume the content and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the piece. I've got all these websites, I'm ranking, but I don't know how to sell it. And I'm not making any money. I have my hosting and my tracking and the blah, 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 and I'm making no money. And you have a process that there's 60 people that you've already shown this worked for that are from all over the world, all different languages, all ethnicities, male and female, single moms, single dads, full-time, everything, right? And they're in. Guys, it's not about the time. That's not how you overcome the trust objection. It's not how you gain people's trust. It's about how much value are you delivering within the time frame. That's the key.